And welcome to the Division A finals, as we do have the two best
We aren't
teams.
back.
We aren't back.
We're
back here. Braves and Khantraband will take on each other this Monday night on the Lachine at 10:20 p.m.
Guys, before we get into this one, I just want to ask you, considering we are now Monday when we are posting this show, what did you guys think of all the Sunday night games?
Oh, the Sunday night games were
Phenomenal.
great. There was so many
Highlights.
actions.
Catches, drop
Back
balls.
and crack.
My
snapping the
favorite
football.
was the touchdown.
The two teams, you know, the championship
Head to
presentation.
head. And
The
yeah,
pageantry.
the
that goes
pageantry.
Head to head,
So
there you
much pageantry.
One winner, one
amazing.
loser.
There was a marching band?
It was amazing. There was a March Madness halftime show, the coin toss. You know, even though there's no coin toss at the finals. You know, the overtime.
Hologram
championship.
coin.
Hologram
toss.
coin, exactly. The imaginary coin toss. That's how it goes.
Brent was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brent was
His
amazing.
play-by-play is it's play-by-play out of this world.
So
as expected.
Welcome in Brent Bodkin here for the
And
And your partner in that broadcast, Brent, your play-by-play guy. Awesome.
Phenomenal.
Whoever it was,
Miller.
it just blew me
Insider.
away with how good he was.
Insider stuff. Brent Bodkin here for the Division A final between Braves and Khantraband, which will be Monday night, 10:20 p.m. in Lachine. So, Brent, I asked you this question here. How difficult is this task for Khantraband to beat the Braves on Monday night?
I mean, you hear the same, right? It's hard to beat a team 2 times, or hard to beat a team 3 times in the season. For the Braves, they're obviously going to be trying to knock off Khantraband for the 4th time. But to answer your question, it's going to be hard. I mean, listen, they're the best team in all of FPF. You go from Division E, co-ed, all the way to Division A, Division 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, doesn't matter. The Braves are the best team in FPF, bar none. So if you're Khantraband, you have to not only come with your A game, but I've said it all along. The Braves don't really make mistakes, but they'll pounce on yours and make you pay for it. If you're Khantraband, you have to be smart with the football. You cannot have turnovers. You cannot waste opportunities in the red zone, and you got to have penalties. You basically have to call almost a perfect game. They're not a perfect team. The Braves are obviously not undefeated, but you have to play damn near close to perfection to knock them off. So that's what Khantraband's going to have to do.
So you would say Khantraband have more weaknesses than the Braves going into this game then?
Oh, 100%, yeah. 100%. Listen, I mean, I saw the ending of the game against the All-Stars. It was a phenomenal catch, phenomenal throw and catch by Dan to AJ. But, I mean, how often do Hail Mary passes really work? I mean, that relation I don't understand what the All-Stars are doing defensively. That pass shouldn't have been caught, and it should be the All-Stars against the Braves for the Division A final. But, again, the Khantraband came out on top. That's what matters most. So you have to give them credit where credit is due. But, yeah, I think they definitely have more holes on their roster and in their play than the Braves do.
So we've documented the fact that the Braves have, insert whatever narrative, have Dan Lazara's number or whatever you may call it.
Yep.
But I don't think – so, okay, who cares what I think? Let me ask you, is the issue like a roster? Is it just that the Braves are that much stronger? Is it something schematic, or is it simply a mental hurdle? A mental hurdle or something like that. It's like something in-game management on Dan Lazara's part that hasn't allowed him to see success against the Braves.
I think it's a combination of a mental hurdle, because like you said, they do have the numbers. They've beat them already 3 times this season. And I think it's a bit just, I honestly think that the Braves are a better team. And you look at it, like, I mean, you look at all 3 games, they were close. All 3 games, if you add it up, the Braves only beat Khantraband by a combined 11 points. So it's not to say the Khantraband is not in the same ballpark. They're equally, from top to bottom, roster-wise, or arguably as good or close enough to being as good as the Braves. I think it's just a mental hurdle that has caused them not to be able to get over the hump. And it's honestly mistakes too. I watched their game, the quarterfinal game, 2 weeks ago at Lachine, and they were trading score for score. But then you see the Khantraband gets to an interception. There's a couple of incomplete balls. The Braves are batting down balls, getting their hands on a lot of balls as well. So you switch sides to Jonathan Mahir, and he didn't really have those problems against Khantraband. He stays cool, calm, and collective. Dan's a great guy. He's a fiery guy, and sometimes I think when he plays, that sometimes gets the better of him. Not always in a negative way. But I think against the Braves, it kind of pops up where you see just a little bit of a negative play here and there. 1 bad throw or 2 bad throws or 1 mistake with the ball, or a drop by a receiver who should be catching the ball that's either wide open or close to being wide open. So I think it's a mental hurdle mixed in with just a couple of key little mistakes is why they haven't been able to knock off the Braves just yet.
Brent, if Joe Mayer has an average game, do the Braves get beat?
What's an average game for Joe Mayer?
So say 2 INTs.
So a below average game.
Yeah, 2 INTs.
Yeah.
Let's say he throws 2 INTs in the game.
I mean, 2 INTs. For him, that would definitely be below average. I mean, we've seen lots of QBs throw 2 interceptions in games and win. It depends then on what Dan Lazare does. If Mayer throws 2 interceptions, how many is Dan throwing? Are you saying he's throwing? If he's throwing none, then yes, I'm going to say the Contraband will get the W for sure. But if they're going 2 interceptions each, or maybe 2-1, I still like the chances of the Braves.
Very well. Then, sorry, please go ahead.
So, is there any defense for that 15-yard sideline fade when they're like 9 yards away from the end zone? Like did that red zone pass where it's just Joe Mayer catches it, throws it, and it's a high point catch at the back of the end zone?
That's a good question.
Because I see them run it all the time.
I don't really know how you defend that.
It looks like it's nonsense to stop.
No, I hear you. I mean, you look at it like this, right? I mean, like the Braves, right? They have the height advantage. Do they have the speed advantage? No, I would say maybe Contraband. That's I will say actually confidently the Contraband, that's the one advantage they have. So I mean, to stop that pass, if you're saying like if you're the Braves, like how do you stop that pass from Jonathan throwing it, basically?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like well, how do you prevent them from scoring when they've left the huddle with that play? And again, I every time, not that they call it all the time, but every time they do call it, they seem to score on that play. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I think if you're Contraband, you have to use some of your length and maybe try and stop it. I mean, there's guys like a guy like a lot actually, Tyrus LeBeau. He has a lot of length actually. I like him. I actually talked about in the article last week about how he replaced AJ's brother. And he gave them an advantage, the Contraband defense, with the height and maybe using someone that came at the corner to stop the play. Obviously, AJ plays the center field, and he does it better than pretty much anybody in the league. Maybe you want to put him in the corner sometimes to try to defend that route. Use some of the height that you do have if you're the Contraband defense.
All right, then. It is now time for Drum Roll of the Week. All right, Brent Bodkin will make his pick in his article, which will be posted up over the coming days. So, Eagle, you're up first, please.
I'm really torn here because beating a team 4 times is extremely difficult. But if there is someone who could do it, it would be Joe Mayer over Contraband. I really don't want to see it happen, but I can understand a scenario where they have last possession and they score and it turns into like a 1 or 2 plays type of situation, and again, Contraband leave heartbroken. So I'm going to go with a 44-38 game for Braves.
All right. Peeze?
It's got to happen at some point, and I think this is the one. I've been doing it all season. I think that's just me being arrogant and wanting my preseason pick to be right. So I'm going to go with Contraband, but if it's a 99-point over-under, take the over. 100 points, baby. 100-point final. Let's do it.
I got Contraband winning this game here, 47-41 over Braves. And by the way, this little food for thought. Next regular season game for Dan Lazare, his first touchdown pass will be number 700 in his career.
Wow.
There you go. All right, Brent, look forward to reading your article. And, of course, Monday night, I beg your pardon, it will be 10:20 p.m.
Do we want to know the X factors or the keys to winning the game?
Fun on Brent's
article. Yeah, come on now. Let's go. Come on now.
Fun
I got to fire it up.
So 10:20 Monday night.
I'll give you an exclusive right here. Quickly.
Let's do it.
Contraband, no turnovers, ride the momentum off of beating the All-Stars, can't turn over the ball. Not even 1 turnover. 0 turnovers for Contraband to get the W. And for the Braves, use the size advantage, take away the deep ball, and rely on the championship pedigree. That's the one thing lacking with Contraband that the Braves have, championship pedigree and experience. Use that when you're in crunch time. As I think Moe said, I think it was Moe or Peeze, I can't remember, who said the Braves will have the ball at the last possession. I think if the Braves have the ball in the last possession, they'll find a way to get the W.
So what Brent's saying, he's picking Contraband to win.
We'll find
Find
out.
out
in his
soon.
article.
If another
Yeah,
article.
Wait, we already
yeah,
found out because today's
I
Monday.
said it.
We
I
already
said it.
found out by
I'm just
reading
saying.
Brent's article. Brent, what a great read. It was gripping.
In depth.
Pulitzer worthy.
You'll find out by
Nobel
reading the
Peace
article.
Prize over there,
But
boys
listen,
and
top,
girls.
top 2 scoring teams, top 2 defensive teams. You can't ask for anything better than that.
In a
That's
4-team league, why not? All right, Brent Bodkin, look forward to that. Monday night at 10:20, it'll be a Monday Night Football, Braves Khantraband in Lachine in the Old Barn. So best luck to both teams.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys for the road show for Division A Monday night.
Love you, dude.